the Smyers and Chambers podcast. Celtics fall to the Orlando Magic 95-93 in Orlando. The Orlando gets a game of the series, makes it 2-1. Yeah. Tatum came back for this game, one positive. He had 36 points, 11 rebounds, 7 turnovers though. And Jaylen Brown looked injured again. He didn't look this. He played 41 minutes in game 2. Looks like it was affecting him for game 3. Drew Holiday also missed this game, surprisingly, with a hamstring injury, which is not good. I've heard people saying they're trying to rest him, but that doesn't make sense. Nobody rests in the playoffs. You play in the playoffs. You rest for the playoffs. You don't rest in the playoffs.
I mean, yeah, I think him being out is like a major reason why we lost that game.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different reasons. Refs.
Don't even start about the refs.
Refs, coaching decisions, fouls, turnovers, the bench not doing anything.
There were some calls.
Yeah, we'll get to it in a second, but hold your thought real quick. The main part is Drew Holiday plays. This series wouldn't go back to Boston. I'd be surprised if they lose game 4. Boston is very good the last 2 years after a loss. They usually always bounce back. I think they've only lost 2 games in a row, twice or once this year. Reason why they got 61 wins throughout the season. 60 wins is no joke. But yeah, tough loss. What are you gonna say about the refs?
They were terrible this game, honestly. Like there were several different calls that should have been calls. There were a bunch of missed calls. I mean, didn't the refs even give Magic a review for no reason?
Yeah, but that was the right call. It was. I'll break it down. It was like Tatum had the ball. No, Paulo had the ball. My bad. Paulo had the ball, guarded by Tatum. He passed half court. As soon as he passed half court, Tatum knocks the ball loose. Paulo picks it up. They call an 8-second violation. An 8-second violation is essentially if you don't pass half court throughout 8 seconds of trying to get it past, it's called an 8-second violation. But he clearly got past at time, so they reviewed it to get the call right.
I agree. But it kind of seemed like to me that the only reason they reviewed it is because the Magic's coach yelled at them enough.
Also, the Magic had no more reviews left, or challenges left, so
it's just kind of odd. Like, say if there was a call.
Usually when you have no challenges left and that's the call on the floor, that they can't review the call on the floor. But I guess they can review that.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like an odd decision by the refs. I'm sure if there was a call on us, and Joe Mazzulla decided to yell at the refs enough, they wouldn't review it.
Yeah.
Hell, they may even kick him out of the game.
Yeah, it's rough. Rough.
But yeah, overall, the Celtics, they did not really play all that good this game, especially the third quarter. They kind of just fell apart.
Yep, they did. They collapsed. But the third quarter, they only scored 11 points. And to show you how bad the Magic's offense is, the Celtics only scored 11 points. The Magic countered that with 24 points. If you give up 11 points, you should be scoring 30 plus, because then you have a lot of misses you get a lot more fast breaks.
I mean, yeah, we overall played really bad that game, and we somehow only lost by 2 points.
Yeah, which is a good sign. You play that bad, miss Drew Holiday, you lose by 2 points. They couldn't have played worse. Porzingis was really bad in this game too. They get like 8-7 points. Shot really bad. They had to bench him, and then we'll go back to it. The coaching mistake I told you about, where Jaylen Brown picks up his 5th foul with 4:48 left, and he doesn't touch the field or the floor until 48 seconds left. And Porzingis was unplayable in this game. He was on both ends. So at least on game 1 and 2, he was bad offensively. Game 2 he had 20, but he was good defensively. But this game he was bad on both ends. And when Jaylen Brown picked up his foul trouble, he came back in. You could feel that.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't a great game. What did you think of that end of game review by the Celtics?
What are you talking? We already talked about the review. The half court.
No, out of bounds.
I don't know about. Oh. You mean like when Derek White got trampled?
Yeah, he got trampled out of bounds, and then Joe Mazzulla reviewed the call, and
yeah, so it was out of bounds on. No, it was jump ball.
Yep. It was it.
It was jump ball because they didn't know who would touch that about. Thought they were both out of bounds at the same time. They review it, and we were gonna win the jump ball because Porzingis was in the game. And in the review, Derek White clearly got grabbed, kind of by the head, and then the ball bounces off him. So they don't look at the foul. They missed the foul, and they call it foul on the Celtics. Or no, they call it out of bounds on the Celtics. But yeah, that killed us a little bit because that takes away seconds off the clock. You know, they didn't score off of that, but you won't have .3. You should add .9 seconds on the clock to shoot your last shot to try to win the game. Instead, you probably would have had like 3 or 4 seconds or 5 seconds, whatever it was.
Yeah, it definitely hurt us towards the end. But honestly, we shouldn't be getting that close in the first place.
Yeah, you don't want to let it go to the refs in the last possession.
There's also a lot of missed free throws on our part.
Yeah, a lot of missed free throws. That's been
Kind
the
of
series.
disappointing.
Tatum didn't miss a free throw.
Well,
Everyone else did though.
yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter if anyone else misses them.
Yeah, that was Porzingis was very bad at the line throughout the series. Brown actually felt like wasn't the worst at the line, which is funny. Derek White missed a few. Did Derek White miss a few?
I think he missed one.
I know Pritchard missed one.
Yeah, he definitely missed a few. I don't think it was very many though. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping to see more out of Pritchard the series.
Yeah, we had 1 point, right? 1 3 points. We had like 3.
Let me look.
Rough game.
Yeah, he only scored 3 points.
3 points, yeah. I believe it was a layup and then 1 for 2 at the line.
Yeah, only 3 points in 26 minutes. I mean, that's kind of disappointing for Pritchard.
He wasn't like a huge negative in this game though. Like even though the turnovers was there was a sequence in the second quarter when they finally put the bench out there, where it was either late first or early second, where they couldn't get the ball past the court and kept turning it over.
I mean, it seems like Pritchard does this sometimes. I mean, like he can go crazy a game and score 30 points. And then there'll be other points where he's kind of just there.
Yeah, I mean, there's been games against like big, tall, physical top defenses like OKC, Cleveland, Orlando, where he just can't do anything because they're just too tall. But in the first 2 games, he was magnificent. Now he go to Orlando, he's not too great. But at least he was given an impact defensively. Though he's impactful defensively, which a guy his size it's hard to get from him.
Yeah, I mean, poor Jason Tatum. He dropped 36 points and we still lost the game.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a little demoralizing.
happens, I guess. At least he scored 36. It means the wrist might not be that much of a. Maybe it still bothers him, but it's not impacting him having a great game, even though he had 7 turnovers.
Yeah, I mean, that's a really good sign, honestly. I think that with that kind of confirms that his injury isn't all that serious, like you said, that the 3-day recovery window is probably what's happening.
Yeah, but Brown looks really healthy. Tatum goes down. Tatum comes back. Brown looks unhealthy.
You think it's just gonna be a switch, flip flop?
No, I think Tatum's gonna be good to go for the rest of the playoffs. But we just gotta hope that Jaylen Brown can be a huge positive on both ends of the floor, even with this injury.
Yeah,
which is gonna be hard to do.
What do you think? Do you think Drew Holiday's gonna come back for Game 4, or what do you think is happening there?
Hopefully, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't. But hamstrings are tricky. Like there's I watched a podcast before this about Zolak talking about the hamstrings. Like he was a former Patriot quarterback back in the 90s as a backup, and you see little fast guys have hamstring injuries, and then they try to come back too early and they get a handoff, get 4 yards, pop, they're out for 4 months. So you gotta, especially Drew Holiday, who's like 34, 35, you gotta navigate that well because he doesn't heal like a 23-year-old, 22-year-old anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I could see the Celtics just resting him for the rest of the round. I mean, I don't think that this performance today is going to be indicative of what happens if he's out of the game. I think that we can definitely easily recover for this, and it maybe be smart for the Celtics just to keep him out so there's no worsening of that injury.
Yeah. I mean, it's a tough injury. It's a tough loss for the Celtics, and to not have Drew Holiday is a tough pill to swallow. But he'll be back. He's a tough guy. I don't know really if he has many that crazy injury list. I remember him being very durable as a player. He plays through stuff. He's had a lot of stuff come up this year. It sucks that the year we win the finals, Team USA is immediately right after the finals in the summer. And Tatum, Brown wasn't invited to Team USA actually, but Tatum, Drew Holiday, and Derek White, Peyton Pritchard, they had to play in Team USA.
Crazy how the Team USA is like basically Celtics.
Yeah, but Peyton Pritchard was practice squad. He was only like a guy to help out with the team. But Tatum, Holiday, and White were a part of the team. But yeah, that was it's Holiday's missed a lot of games this year, kind of. He's had the mallet finger. He's had something lower body esque. He's had the shoulder impingement was a big one.
Is LeBron gonna be on Team USA
Yeah, he was on Team USA
for the season
summer.
this summer?
Team USA is only once every 4 years.
That'd be kind of funny to see them work together.
No, like LeBron was on last summer's Team USA.
Last summer, okay.
Oh, do you hear that whistle? I don't know. I heard something, but yeah, Game 4. What are your predictions?
I think that Game 4, Boston's gonna come back. I'm not sure if it's gonna be a huge lead or anything, but I think that it's gonna be definitely a win for the Celtics.
Just find a way to win, baby. But yeah, let's look at other games. Bucks beat the Pacers to get into that series as well, make it 2-1. Timberwolves take a 2-1 series lead over the LA Lakers. Luka Doncic playing with the stomach bug in this game.
Uh-oh.
LeBron was really good, I think, in this game. I believe he had 30-something. LeBron had 38 and 10 at 40 years old.
I mean, like,
You've never seen this from a 40-year-old in basketball.
let them.
Some Tom Brady shit where he's just sit in the pocket and throw the ball.
He's really getting too old for this. Like, let
Not
the
really.
man.
He's not too old for it. He's got 38
I
now.
think LeBron should retire. I think they should go on a vacation to Italy or something. Sip martinis and just kind of, basking his old age. I mean, 40 years old playing basketball and still scoring that many points is insane.
We didn't say this last podcast, but Dame Lillard came back and I said the Bucks won, but Dame was impactful in this game, and so was Giannis, who's really good, and Gary Trent Jr., who they moved in the starting lineup, had 30. I believe he had 30, and he was big time. All right, let's go to Knicks Pistons, who take a 2-1 series lead after Pistons won Game 2, Pistons choke Game 1, Pistons choke Game 3, and the what's his name, the freaking the scoreboard guys of the Pistons stuff that work the scoreboard and the clock, they try to cheat Knicks out of a win to give the Pistons another chance. So the Pistons had no timeouts. There's 0.5 seconds left, so they'd have to go the distance, and so the Knicks could intentionally miss a free throw and get the rebound, or the Pistons get the rebound and the clock would just run out, or they had to chuck out like a full court shot, and the Pistons make the clock run all the way down to 0, so they have to inbound the ball instead because it's clearly not enough time, and the Pistons get the rebound, so that saved them. But the Pistons threw the ball out of bounds anyway, so it didn't matter. But that was pretty crazy. Any other games? Thunder beat the Grizzlies by 6. Grizzlies had a 29-point lead at halftime. John Morant got hurt right before halftime, and all of a sudden, of course, OKC makes a comeback. It was a dirty injury. It looked like kind of the KCP thing, except if it was with a lower body injury, with Lou Dort cutting off John Morant going to the basket. Disgusting. But yeah, the OKC makes the third largest comeback in NBA playoff history.
Oof.
And take a 3-0 series lead, which is a death sentence in the NBA.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see anything out of that.
Yeah, Memphis isn't gonna come back. You picked Memphis, so
Yeah.
tough bid.
It happens. I
But
kind of had some hope there, but we'll take that. I mean, it's kind of impressive. Just like, do you see that game one? OKC took over a 51-point lead.
yeah, they won the game by 51.
Yeah.
Scoreboard. And then Clippers blew out the Nuggets in game 3. Clippers. I had the Nuggets. Clippers are up 2-1 right now. What's going on? Why is Kawhi good right now? Why is James Harden good right now? Why do the Nuggets stink? They've always stunk without Nikola Jokic not on the floor. They're always a minus. But now all of a sudden the Clippers are good enough to beat the Nuggets without Paul George from last year and Russell Westbrook. What's going on here? Why are the Clippers good now? This is weird. But that's all the NBA games that
I mean,
were played that day. We can go back to the
yeah,
Celtics. Unless
like
you
you
have
said,
any closing thoughts on those.
I mean, going back to the Clippers Nuggets game. I mean, surprises happen. Like you said,
Yep.
I could see a scenario where the Clippers beat the Nuggets. Honestly,
Yeah. Let's go back to game 3 or 4 or whatever. We could preview game 4. Talk about how there's gonna be a game 5 in the Garden. Maybe our amazing fan base that listens to this podcast, they might want to go to a game on game 5. Those tickets are insane. Probably I've seen them at like $300 for just to get into the building.
that's it. I honestly thought it'd be over 1,000.
No, that's if you want to sit like down near the backboard. But $300 is pretty, like, for balcony 326 corner of the building, your back's touching the wall.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, 300 for that view too. I mean, I don't know. You'd probably get better
Well,
view.
in the Garden, any seats are good seats
Yeah.
though.
I mean, yeah,
It's
but
not like the Lakers. Have you seen the Lakers stadium?
no, we need binoculars.
Staples, dude, it's insane. They call them skydiving seats. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
way too far away, bro. It makes no sense.
I mean, I don't know. If you're at that point, you might as well just watch on the TV. You'd probably better experience, anyways.
Yeah. They got Well, it's the day after the game, so let's look at some games tomorrow, I guess. Got Cavs, Heat game 3, Thunder Grizzlies looking to finish out that series. The Thunder are Nuggets Clippers and Warriors Rockets, the Warriors are tied 1-1 because the Rockets took game 2. What do you think about the Warriors' chances to go? Or actually, no, let's not talk about the Warriors. Let's talk about the Timberwolves are up 2-1, like we just said way earlier. We're bounced around everywhere right now. Tough loss in game 3. We want to talk about other things. But what do you think the chances are that the Timberwolves could go to the NBA Finals since they're up 2-1 over the Lakers, who I have going to the NBA Finals?
NBA Finals? I'm not too sure about that. I mean, I think that they have a way better chance of winning the round, but I don't think that they're a finals contender, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? It feels like the Lakers are kind of running out of gas. It feels like Anthony Edwards is definitely good enough to take them there. But OKC's really good. That'd be an awesome series, but we'd have to wait for the conference finals to see that. And I'm ready to see the Warriors are going to beat the Rockets. Minnesota might beat the Lakers. I'm ready to see either LeBron versus Curry for one last time or the Timberwolves versus the Warriors. That would be fun. Anthony Edwards, I forget if he said this last year or the year before. He said the team I want to see in the playoffs is the Warriors because Draymond Green talks a lot. I just want to be. That's my only reason. I love Anthony Edwards. He's awesome.
You know,
I
he
think
started.
Tatum's better though.
You know, he played in a movie. It was with Adam Sandler. It's called Hustle. It was pretty good.
Oh, everyone was on there. There was a lot of NBA players.
Yeah, LeBron directed it.
Oh, he didn't.
I think he did. Well, he wasn't.
No,
he
he
was one of the
didn't. What are you
producers.
talking
He was one of the
about?
producers.
Yeah, he probably didn't do anything. He
No.
probably just took it.
Let me look.
Only thing LeBron did was Space Jam 2 in that one movie with who's the guy that played adult Ricky in It Chapter 2.
Yeah, he was an executive producer.
He probably didn't do anything.
I probably told him, "Hey, this is how you do basketball stuff."
Adam Sandler knows how to play basketball. Adam Sandler is a legendary pickup basketball player.
All right.
All right. Well, any closing thoughts?
Not really. I'm just really hopeful for game 4. I think that Celtics should win it. I think that we're gonna go game 5. Boston will win that. We'll close the series with
So
Magic.
Celtics in 5.
Celtics in 5.
Celtics in 5. Have a good one.